Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order and open the roll call.
Goodell. Slater.
Here.
Scholl.
Here.
Rusher.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Then we need a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
So moved. Approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion to approve the minutes of the January 19th, 2015 regular council meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And you all have a copy of the January investment report in front of you.
Move approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we need a motion to approve the claims for January. Questions on those?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under communications, anything from the public in attendance this evening? Now, we'll move on to new business. First off, we need a motion to approve the renewal of a Class C liquor license and outdoor service catering privilege and Sunday sales privilege for Family Table of Humboldt LTD doing business as Miller's Landing. In order, Gloria?
Yes, it is.
Move approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2015-06. A resolution approving pay estimate number 5 from Sand Construction and Supply Company of Humboldt, Iowa, in the amount of $61,392.61 for the Humboldt Municipal Airport Conventional Hangar Building Construction Project.
The project's nearly complete. It has been delayed by a change order that'll be considered in the next resolution. Once approved, the breezeway will be completed and the project finalized. It's moving right along, but like I said, there's a delay, and I'll go into that further in the change order.
Move to approve.
Second. Roll call vote.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Scholl.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Davis.
Then we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2015-07. A resolution approving contract change order number 1 with Sand Construction Supply Company of Humboldt, Iowa for a net increase in the contract price of $21,894 for the Humboldt Municipal Airport Conventional Hangar Building Construction Project.
The breezeway has caused issues with the project due to electrical service and ventilation concerns. The building contains potential for fuel vapors, and accordingly, there has to be a system in place to remove those vapors should they enter the breezeway and should they enter an adjacent building. And so there's a ventilation system that was in the council packets. Essentially, it's along the base of the floor of the breezeway. When you open a door, it'll suck all the air out of the room, and then it also has a fuel sensor, so if there is fuel in that room, it'll kick on the ventilation system to remove it.
This isn't one of them things like out of the fire department, is it, on the wall ventilation system?
No.
Thank God.
This is it's like, it looks like just normal duct work.
Okay.
It cycles it goes through one cycle of the capacity of the breezeway, and then shuts off. But that was one of the changes that had to take place, and then the Mid-American had an issue with the way that the control panel was set up, because with the buildings being connected by a breezeway, they consider it one structure, and so having two control panels, they needed a disconnect on one of the services that came in. So that had to be added. Total increase, like I said, a little bit over $20,000. It is grant eligible, so the total cost to the city is about $2,000.
Move approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Slater.
Aye.
Scholl.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye. Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2015-08. A resolution approving pay estimate number 9 from Gopperson Smith Construction Company of Ida Grove, Iowa, in the amount of $139,764.49 for the Sumner Avenue Bridge Replacement Project.
The bridge crew continues to finish up the false work and the rebar needed to prepare for the deck pour when weather permits. The deck pour could be as soon as mid-February if it's, if the weather cooperates. The bridge completion, assuming that they poured around that time, would be around May. Obviously, it's probably not going to be in the middle of February, so, in which case then we're most likely looking at June. So, those are the estimates right now, but again, if we have a winter or a spring like we had last year, that throws the whole construction schedule out the window. So, but they are trying to complete as much as they can. Obviously with the snow, that's gonna slow them down quite a bit, so, we'll have to clear that off to get working again and to set rebar.
See, they were busy shoveling snow off the deck today.
That's one of
Can't
those
imagine
things.
that.
That's a big deck.
That is a big deck. Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote.
Scholl,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Could you tell me percentage-wise or where we're at, what we've paid against the project so far?
I think we're about halfway. Does that sound?
It's a tell on the estimate.
Yeah, there's a percentage on the bids, too. 46.8%. So the thing is, it's a little bit off because that's the percentage paid out. A large portion of the cost is the deck pour, and they'll pour that all at once. And so once they do that, then it'll reflect more like 75% complete because it is such a huge cost. So this is just going off of, what
Yep.
bid items have been completed is just 46.8. But I would say, scope of work, once they get to the pour, we're looking at probably like 75%.
And we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2015-09. A resolution appointing city officials and representatives of various city boards and commissions.
This will appoint Abby Harklaw to the library board to replace Sherry Crowley. This was brought up by the library board and the director as a recommendation for that replacement.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Scholl.
Aye.
One thing I would add on, just kind of tagging on that, is that we still do have some vacant positions with planning and zoning. And if you think of anybody, bring them up.
We have two yet.
Yeah, there's 2 vacancies, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the last of our scheduled items. Aaron, anything?
Obviously just got the closed session after this, and then the budget workshop, but, I guess, I'll cover that in the budget workshop, but, things are going well, I guess, we've got several ordinance enforcement tasks kind of going on with the city attorney. He's pursuing several folks that have kind of disregarded the notices that they've received, so court action. If you want to hear more about that.
Like housing repair stuff or?
Yeah,
mowing,
vacant
sidewalk,
housing,
okay.
vacant housing's the big one, is people just letting their housing fall into dilapidation. Those property maintenance code violations are normally the ones we take to court, because you can normally get somebody to take care of the other things with a ticket, or, an officer's knocking on the door. With vacant structures, you really have to go up the chain and find who's potentially responsible, and especially with folks that aren't local, that becomes really difficult to get a response or get anyone to care. So we're pursuing those. Hopefully we'll have some resolution with some court orders and either get them demolished or get them spruced back up. So other than that, just budget right now.
How's the water plant?
It's functioning well. I mean, you've still got the annoying little things that are affecting us. I don't believe he's had a shutdown recently in the system, so I think that's getting better. They're still completing more than one shift. They're not on an 8-hour run. So it's not where it needs to be, but I keep saying this, we're getting closer. You know, you just work with automatic systems on getting it tightened up and the system running right. You know, it's one of those things where one of the sensors will go off, will give a bad reading, and then it throws everything off, and then you've got to adjust it. The good side is turbidity was one of the biggest concerns when we went to surface water treatment rules with the DNR. The turbidity has been kept in line. There hasn't been, they have not experienced any spikes that would be concerning. The biggest reason that the turbidity was a big concern was if that spikes too much, then it throws you into a boil order. And that's obviously something we want to avoid. And early on, there were some issues with that because of the lime softening. Everything wasn't getting pulled out before it went through the system, so then you'd get a spike in turbidity. It's simply how clear the water is. And they assume that if the water is not clear, there's a chance for bacteria or something else to be in there. And so it was merely the lime causing it, but we've got that under control and haven't had a problem in, I think, 2 months. There hasn't been a significant spike, so that's good news.
Gloria?
Nope.
Harold?
No.
Joel? John?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
With that, we need a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Second.
Time is
At 6:43 PM.
5:43.
Well, excuse me, 5:43, thank you.
Good go.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Davis? Davis? Goodell?
Here.
Slater?
Here.
Scholl?
Here.
Rusher?
Yeah.